Welcome to jury charge and literary practice. Let's get started with this jury charge. Ready? In criminal cases, the people are considered the plaintiffs. Before a trial, a person charged with a crime is given an opportunity to enter a plea. It is the people, not an individual, who is bringing forth the action. The people are the individuals who are represented by an attorney. An attorney appointed by the state is chosen as a representative of the state at the trial. The people bring forth the suit, but it is up to the jury to decide the guilt or innocence of the party who has been charged. The jury will make the decision whether the person is guilty beyond all reasonable doubt. The jury may decide that the individual is innocent beyond all reasonable doubt. The attorneys who represent the state in all criminal cases must present enough evidence to convince the jury of the person's guilt. The defendant must be shown to be guilty beyond all reasonable doubt in the case. All right, now we'll try this little literary piece. And it's called Follow the Mob. Ready? If you don't visit the Mob Museum in downtown Las Vegas, it would be a crime. Through videos, photographs, and interactive exhibits, the museum tells the story of organized crime in the United States from its beginnings in the early 1900s to today's Federation International the Football Association scandals. Once you feel what it's like to be in a lineup when you go behind the glass wall, you see that it's a one-way mirror. You'll vow never to do anything wrong again. You can also stand in front of the rebuilt brick wall from Chicago, where the 1929 St. Valentine's Day massacre took place. You can still see the blood-spattered bullet holes in the bricks. The museum also shows the evolution of Las Vegas from a 1905 railroad stop to today's neon-lit gaming and entertainment area. Admission is $24. All right. Let's get back to some jury charge practice. Ready? The police were not certain as to what happened in the intervening hours. The intervening hours were between the time the crime was supposed to have occurred until the time that the crime was actually reported. There was nothing to indicate when the actual time the murder occurred. The intervening hours were the hours between 10 p.m. and midnight when the body was discovered. The body was discovered shortly before midnight. The person who was arrested entered a plea of temporary insanity. He indicated that he killed someone in the heat of passion. The individual confessed that he committed the crime in a fit of passion. The police did not question the suspect who confessed to the killing. The key was the approximate time of the murder. There was a question with regard to the approximate time of the murder and what occurred during the intervening hours. In this case, the testimony of one of the police officers was called into question by the attorney for the defendant. It appeared that the police officer had provided some conflicting statements in his testimony. Prior to his testimony in court, he stated one set of facts. In the court testimony, he stated another set of facts. Okay, let's read this literary material. It's called Bear Buddy. People call him the Bear Whisperer, but Steve Searles, wildlife officer for the Mammoth Police Department in Mammoth Lakes, says he's more of a bear yeller. He reveals how humans and black bears live in harmony in the mountain town. Years ago, the community wasn't storing its trash in a bear-proof way, so the town became overrun with bears. We could kill the bears or act responsibly. We chose the latter. Now we keep solid waste and trash contained. We tell everyone, clean out your cars. Don't offer handouts. If a bear is caught doing something naughty, I use pepper spray, rubber bullets, beanbag rounds, flash bang devices, things that scare bears. I'm loud and obnoxious. I use my voice to command their respect. They won't repeat the behavior. They've learned I won't tolerate them showing themselves or drawing groups of people to take their pictures. The bears know me. I've known their mother and their grandmother. The black bears at this elevation eat about 4% meat in their diet per year. Our bears are truly herbivores. We humans are not on their meal plan. Use good judgment. Don't approach it. Observe it from a distance. if it comes toward you, step aside and let it pass. When we see a bear, it brightens our day. You'll talk about it for the rest of the day and probably the next day. I think so. I think I would talk about it forever. I don't believe I've ever seen a black bear. Or a bear, any bear. Very good. All right. Let's try some more jury charge practice. Ready? As a result, the credibility of the testimony of that witness was brought into question because his testimony in court and his testimony in the prior testimony did not match. During his instructions to the jury, the judge made it clear to the jury that they were to look at the credibility of the witnesses when returning a verdict. The witness who raised doubt in the minds of several jurors was the police officer who testified on behalf of the state. The jurors discussed the fact that there were several different times when the police officer's testimony did not match the testimony that he had previously given, and that raised some serious doubt in the minds of the jurors. Several of the jurors did not believe his testimony at all. Several of them believed that he did not have enough time to read what the court reporter prepared. At one point, the defendant's attorney said there was not enough evidence presented by the state to convict the defendant. The judge instructed the jury members not to take a particular view of the defendant until they considered all the evidence presented on both sides. The judge instructed them to decide the case in a responsible manner. They were to look at the testimony and evidence presented on both sides before reaching any conclusions. Both sides had presented a number of good witnesses. Only the testimony of the one police officer lacked credibility. All right, we're going to start this literary material. This is called Finding Harmony. Are you seeking harmony? Signs for it are visible along the Cabrillo Highway, State Route 1, between Cambria and Morro Bay. Take the turnoff and you'll find yourself in the middle of the little 2-acre town of Harmony. Population 18. The population number, which never changes, is part of Harmony's quirky appeal. Walk down its 1-block street and you'll feel as though you've stepped into a long-lost America. The former post office turned hospitality room offers visitors complimentary cookies and drinks. All right, we'll stop there. Complimentary. That's a big word. Complimentary. Quirky. Another one. We're expanding our vocabulary. All right, that will conclude our literary and jury charge practice. Thank you.